Hello, guys. Long time no see. I wouldn't say that it was too long. Yeah, just skipping one title Tuesday. So last time I was online 2 weeks ago. I finally recovered, and like a few days ago. Um, Overall, it was like what is curious. It was long. Like it took me around like maybe 2 weeks. But at the same time, the illness was like I would say like more or less light. So I'm feeling better. Yeah. But actually, I played previous title Tuesday and played quite well, I would say. Like, however, still, like what I learned is that I have not enough. Like I don't know what's going on, but I have not enough for the end. Yeah, so I have not enough, like maybe energy, maybe mental power or mental strength. Um, and actually, what you may have noticed from the previous streams that I used to lose in the last rounds, like one, two, three. I mean, in last maybe 3 rounds, I usually score not too many points. And on one hand, it is understandable, yes, because it is about um, playing a long tournament. Also, here it's already like the start of the tournament is 9 p.m., the end of the tournament 11:20, something like that. There is also another thing which is about playing a lot of games against the stronger opponents, at least stronger on the paper. And what I can, it's actually not much to show you, but let's see the. My current rating is 3,000. And I thought that actually like to have a better result. There is a simple recipe. This is of course something in theory, something that I'm gonna check on practice, like maybe in January. So a simple theory, because like you see, for example, last title Tuesday in round 3, after having 2 out of 2, I played against Hikaru. And by the way, I played like a decent game with black. I At some point it was -3 for me. In the end, it was a drawish position. I blundered my queen, but why I blundered the queen, I had 5 seconds. But okay, there are no complaints about being low on time against Hikaru. This is like I think most of the players um, get into such situation. So the point is, you see, why do I play against higher rated opponents? Obviously, it's simple because my rating is low. So, for example, if I think in theory, if I increase my rating maybe to 3,100 at least, which is not so difficult. I think it would take me like maybe I would do that in a week, or like depending on how much time I have. Like maybe it would take me like playing a little bit, speeding up. Maybe like it would take me 2 hours, maybe 10 hours, maybe 20 hours, but I definitely think that I belong to at the very least 3,100, but maybe even higher, because like otherwise, how else you could explain that I beat, for example, last Tuesday I beat Bluebaum, who is by the way here with like I think this is his account with 3,167. I should have drawn against Hikaru, but okay. I won against Keimer. I should have won against Dubov, played a very good game, but in the end, I needed like maybe 4 or 5 moves to checkmate him. I had one queen, I had one more coming. Simply was not enough time in the end. And then I also drew some like 3100 guys. So like, but in the end, I still scored only, I think 7.5 out of 11. Yeah, and I think that playing against stronger opposition, even though on paper, like yes, it's still like kind of some kind of some kind of a mental pressure, and of course, like most likely it would be better to, like, you know, to have 3100, so playing against, like, being top rated in most of the games. Yeah, maybe if like having more points, then like yes, playing against 3100 or 3200, but otherwise getting there in an easier way. But for now, I decided not to do that, since the World Chess Championship is coming in the end of December, and the point is that I don't really like in there. It will be the same for me because, like, you know, because of FIDE stupidity. Ratings nowadays in classical chess, in blitz and rapid, they are totally like cramped. Yeah, maybe of course, yeah, like of course some players have decent ratings, and I would say real ratings. At the same time, I think like many players nowadays are underrated. For example, just now I saw that it's going to be some tournament in Tashkent where Grishuk is going to play, and I found out that Grishuk is nowadays 2654 in classical chess. Like, not so sure about that. Yes, but the same story for Rapid and Blitz. And for Rapid and Blitz, for example, my ratings nowadays around 2520. And so FIDE totally ruined the rating system. And the point is that I'm like, I checked the starting list, is I'm something like maybe 100 something, 110, 120 out of 240 participants, which means in round one I will get let's say almost one of the weakest players in the tournament, which is not necessarily like really a weak opponent, but still. Yes. And then whenever I get into the group of players who have +1 score, +1 in chess means you have like one win, let's say the difference between wins and losses is 1. Yeah, so it's either 1 win, 0 losses, and like as many draws as you like, or it could be 2 wins, 1 loss, and as many draws as you like, and so on. Yeah, +2, it means 2, 0. Yeah, so it could be, for example, +2, it is 4 out of 6. So 50% is 3 out of 6, +2, it means 4 out of 6. And so whenever I will have 1 out of 1, or 2 out of 3, or 2.5 out of 4, 3 out of 5, I will play against, by the way, maybe not the strongest opponents, because like since I will be almost the last one, it's going to be like, let's say 240 divided by 2, it will be 120. And if I will be, let's say, 100 or 110, then it means I will be playing against somebody like 40 or 50 of the starting list. But the point is that anyway, I will, like, whenever I will be on +1, like +2 and so on, I will always play against stronger, at least on the paper, stronger opponents. And that's why I decided that there is no point of increasing my chess.com rating, because I need to get used to play against stronger opponents. Not to get used, but at least like practicing playing against stronger opponents, because let's say increasing my rate into 3100 would not be so helpful. Yeah, so yeah, so the point is that, like, actually I realized that there is only one thing that is not so good for me in a chess tournament. I mean, over only one thing that could stop me from showing a good result, and there were like, like not not that that stops me in the title Tuesday, but also in title Tuesday as well as in the World Rapid and Blitz is like maybe the final stage of the games, final stage of the tournaments, or when like simply not enough mental energy, I would say. I would call it this way. Okay, 24 seconds to start the tournament. Hikaru is here, Magnus is here. Let's see, I'm not going to talk too much today because like still like I don't want to go for one more circle of illness. So still keeping some energy. Maybe I'm gonna talk a little bit. And by the way, I noticed last Tuesday, I noticed that playing without streaming is way like, which is quite obvious, like playing without streaming is way easier. But I also noticed that it felt like the internet connection was better. So it looks like, I don't know how it works, but looks like streaming plus chess.com Proctor, it takes away some computer's power and some internet speed. So where is my opponent? Okay, let's go. Let's play something a little bit let's say not what I play all the time. Yes, not one c4, but maybe still c4 eventually, but not by not on move 1. So also going for some kind of system, but the system is slightly different, let's say. I think the opponent has blundered knight takes e6. I think I'm already... oh, knight takes e6, there is bishop f1. I think for sure he blundered that, but he's lucky that it's okay for him. Knight e6, bishop f1. Knight d8, bishop e2, knight c6. No, should take. Knight b5 or knight e4. Which one? Let's go for knight e4. Oh shit. I don't want to play bishop c1 and playing passively after f5. The position there doesn't look great, so I decided to give up the exchange. Like, maybe also it's like not a great decision. Like, yeah, my queen e2 move in the opening probably was bad, unfortunately. Should have played bishop c3 because now he can play d2 and he will grab my f5 pawn. Actually, if I play bishop c3, I'm not sure that he would win me. But now he has an easy way. d2. I would have to... Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for giving me time. That's very... I appreciate that. Let's play g6. h6, I will play bishop c1. Thinking about sacrificing, but another mission of bishop c1, like bishop c3 no longer doesn't make sense anymore because of bishop b4. I cannot play queen h5 because of queen d4. That's a little bit sad. Let's start with bishop e3. Anyway, looks like a useful move. Also avoiding queen d4 check, so maybe playing queen h5 next move. Oh, yeah, thank you. I expected that. And now he's just a few steps away from being checkmated. I don't want to predict, but looks like I'm winning because like queen h5, queen h7, nothing can stop me from doing that. Oh, he's gonna play. I play here. He's gonna give me a check. Bishop c5. I have king h2, but after queen e4, just you see, if I play queen h5, bishop c5, I cannot take on c5 because of queen g3 perpetual check. Otherwise, there it's not checkmate. With my knight on e4, it is a checkmate, but otherwise, okay. So let's play bishop. Let's play bishop e3 first. I'm not in rush on one hand, but actually, I don't have too much time to. And now I cannot play queen h5 because of this check. Yeah, so I need some move like king h2, maybe. Or even like h5, h6 is an option. King h2, I don't really like this move. But... Oh, okay, what's no problem. Yeah, not checkmate, but okay. Is king still in some trouble? I like a loser win, I would say. But like the point is that the point is that I should have played knight c3 here, not queen e2. And I played too fast and making that stupid move, and now knight c3 was not an option because of d4. I'm not so sure if he saw that, because here he spent some like a few seconds on taking on g2, but yeah, knight e6, there is bishop f1. Yeah. F4, like the funny thing, f4 here would be the right move. One move later, it is a mistake. Yeah, here like I should have played bishop c1 or bishop c3 first. He could have finished the game with the d2, because I would have to play rook d1. Now he could take on g5 and take on f5. Here already some like chances for me, because always like bishop h6 idea, and this is a blunder. Like the funny thing, it's not really winning. Bishop e3 is the best move, queen h5 didn't work, and king h2, okay move, actually like one of the best moves. Like the idea is actually to like still to play queen h5 at some point. Knight g3 was a bit better, rook e2 here, yes, it was clearly the move. So okay, a bad game for starters. This is what's going on when you play not your openings. I mean, when you play them too fast. Of course, that one was something still that I, let's say, used to play. But as you saw on my streams, I only play c4 nowadays, online at least. And so, so doing the same stuff against me. Interesting, interesting. This is something similar to what Nakamura played against me in the last tournament. And is it queen a5 or knight a4? I don't remember. Or maybe it's none of them. I remember I played a game with white against somebody in an open tournament, 25-50 guy, long time ago, and he played something similar with black against me. So now I can play knight c6, I think. Yeah, using the pin. If he castles, I take on d2 and I win the d4 pawn. e3 might be the move, but then I have bishop g4 maybe. Or maybe it doesn't really work. Maybe cd4 first makes sense to start with. possible. What if I play knight g5 now, a funny move, with the idea of knight e6? Knight d2, queen d2, queen d2, king d2, c d4, bishop c6, b c6, pawn takes. Yeah, that's one possible to play for a win, but white is quite solid there. Let's try. Oh, he can play knight f3 actually. Yeah. Simply defending the d4 pawn. Okay. I would prefer to keep the bishop, but that tension with knight on d4 could work against me. So that's why it's easier to exchange it. I'm a pawn up, but obviously there is some work to do to convert this position. Not a great work by me so far, like as usual, I would say, in terms of converting. This is the end. Yeah? Okay, he found a way to continue the game. '94, right? 96, right? Now simply castling. Simply castling because if he castles, I can take on d2 and then eventually take it on d4. Knight g5 was right. Taken with the bishop was right because knight d4 feels like not so safe construction. Okay, next round. Looks like today's tournament is weaker because last week with the same rating, more or less roughly similar, I got paired against Hikaru in round 3. If the guy knows something here, then it might be not so great for me because like maybe there is like I believe there is some theoretical way for black to get a decent position, like maybe it's queen a5 or bishop b4, I don't know. If he doesn't know, then he's gonna get a bad position probably. And bishop f6 is very tempting. However, what would I do next? Yeah, I could bc4, dc4, bishop c6, but then bishop d4 could be very interesting for the guy. Takes, knight a4 looks like a good, like a reasonable move. But what if I simply play bishop d2? Actually, after cb3, do I play a b3 or queen b3? Because both moves are reasonable. I expect him to play like c5 would be reasonable for black if he's not afraid to give up the exchange at some point after bc4, dc4. He's not afraid. That's not so great, I would say, that he's not afraid. Maybe it was better, easier to take on f6. dc5, d4, I don't like this idea. looks risky. However, why shouldn't we risk a little bit? Knight a4 is also interesting. Not so stupid, I would say. But let's go for knight b5. If c3, then I would go for bishop f4. This one looks weird. I don't know. Such a weird move. Maybe I could even play bishop b4. Maybe bishop b4 is the only reason why bishop b4 could be not so good is, well, actually, like, let's do that. I wanted to say the only reason why bishop b4 could be wrong is rook b8, but then I have a beautiful idea. Knight takes d4. Maybe, by the way, even knight takes a7 should be checked. Okay, this. So I wanted just to tell you rook b8, knight d4, rook b4, knight c6, queen d1, and I have knight takes e7 check intermediate with some advantage for me, maybe with a winning position. And now I simply don't see a way for him to defend the d4 pawn. So he's probably gonna play something like d3, keeping going in his way, his attitude. Okay. Maybe now c3 he will go for, but I can take on e6. So I would think about playing bishop d5 for him. At least exchanging my important bishop. c3, I think this should be lost. Should be, yeah. Okay, let's take. And knight f3. I thought knight f3, but actually, why not e3? The knight is well placed. So I'm a pawn up. There is some technique work to do. Black has some activity, so it's not like it's not an easy win for white here. But at the same time, pawn is a pawn. Let's play queen f3, covering the diagonal, having some squares like for knight jump. This is not a big deal. The only question, which rook goes to b1? Let's go with this one. Yeah, like both rooks have some disadvantage. Yeah, this one about leaving the a2 pawn. The other one was about leaving the king position. Yeah, so who knows, it might be useful there. Oh, like knight f5. I even saw knight f5, but I didn't get the point of getting to f5. I didn't see that knight e7 would simply win the game. But still, knight f5 looks quite nice. Two ideas, d6 and e7, so probably something like rook c7 must be played. Now, of course, it would have been easier to win the game by playing knight f5 right away. This one looks wrong. At least I have takes, takes, and knight takes h6. I can start with knight h6, which might be even better way. But do I have even like something stronger? No, I don't really see something stronger. So let's go for this one. Queen b7 or queen a8, the only move to continue something. But of course, black is completely lost here. I can even play queen f3 and the rook endgame, even if he takes on a2, would still be winning for me, but maybe better to not allow that. Let's play king g1. After rook c8, I'm gonna grab one more pawn. Let's just check what he's gonna do about that check. Well, let's play queen d5, because now 3 pawns up, that rook endgame will be completely winning for me. Even if he gets the a file, the position like is a very easy win. I'm not so sure about the opening stage, of course. Bishop f6 was stronger. Knight a4 should have been played. I thought that here after c3 I would play this, and maybe even taken on a8, but looks like it doesn't work, like too strong initiative for black. And while here it's always a problem for him about d4 pawn, I could even play c6, c7 maybe. And bishop e5 is something I didn't see as an idea to simply grab the d4 pawn. Otherwise I would have gone for that knight a7, a5, bishop this, bishop d5, bc4. Yeah, exactly, just as I told you, like plus 0.5, 0.6 for white, which means, yeah, of course, white is a pawn up, but there is some work to do. Actually, the work was quite simple, and like all I needed to do is to play knight f5. 97 and knight c6 probably. Okay, so finally, like round 4, the last round before the break. Actually, I played against him in the last tournament, and he was playing white and I played c5. Let's see if he came prepared this time. Actually, I think even last time he was kind of not making something too stupid. However, he still did something stupid in the opening, and he got a worse position. A bit of trolling. Not trolling, but I'm waiting. Like, he's waiting, I'm waiting. We both waiting. Yeah. How could else I wait? How else could I wait? Yeah, like, would be the right way. Okay, let's say, okay, you won. You won this battle of staring at each other. The funny thing is that if people come unprepared, I mean, they might even have some kind of an idea, even they looked at something with the engine. The funny thing is that they still, like, you know, when it's time to play on their own, they don't understand this position. So, or like, eventually they make something wrong, or not necessarily wrong, but they could not win like the engine would win. Still, actually, I cannot play d5 because my bishop is occupied defending the g7 pawn. And now let's move the knight back to the f5, since finally it's possible to get there. Yeah, this time he's playing well, because last time he got a bad position from the opening right away. Actually, I need my king to defend the d7 if needed. Like, okay, let's play king a7 for, like, if he plays rook d3, I will go back. Or maybe he's thinking about b4. That's not great. And because of queen d2, I need my king. And we are waiting. Let's see what he will come up with. How he's gonna beat me. I can wait. It's still, like, no rush for me. Yes, I'm here playing tournament. I have all of my time to, like, for the guy. Oh, he came up with an idea. Okay, I also came up with an idea. Oh, oh, what did, like, yeah, stupid. I think I was almost okay. Like, here, maybe, I don't know, maybe I should have started with knight f5. Here, I didn't see that he's gonna take that one first. And knight d6 is coming. Yeah, this is already a very bad position, of course. Of course, it's just a very bad position for me. Yeah, after f4, I don't know why f3, why not f4? Unfortunately, I cannot even move my king to a7 to a safer place. I need to be to be able to defend the d7 pawn. Unfortunately, not a great game for me. What can I... Ah, yeah, this time he came prepared with queen c1. Maybe actually he played something similar last time. Um, so just like taking on h5 first would still be a fight at least. Like he cannot, like, I stupid, yes, I didn't see that he cannot even take on h5 with his queen. Of course I would I would have taken knight f6, bishop e7. What if knight e7, knight h4, rook d7, rook d7, rook d7, queen c6. So knight f6, bishop e7, knight h5, rook g8. Yeah, worse for black. Okay. A break after round 4, so 6-minute break. 4 minutes till the round 5. And I think I'm actually not gonna, yeah, I think it doesn't make sense to me um, to stream next title Tuesday and the next one. I mean, after that one. So I'll probably get back to streaming title Tuesdays in January, like maybe something like January 6th. But I will, like, maybe this week I'll see, make at least instructive rapid, and maybe also, yeah, maybe also sharing something on my preparation, because yes, I haven't updated that. Because it looks like these 4 rounds I'm totally defocused. Like maybe the only one game which was more or less okay, but my opponent helped me a lot, was round 2, where I was playing black, while round 1 I was lucky to win. Round 3, okay, round 3 was not so lucky, but also some bad decisions in the opening. And maybe I would have lost round 4 anyway, but I think at least I would have seen that after gh5, he cannot take on h5 because his knight would be hanging on e4. Because last Tuesday it was really good, but however still like 7.5. What is this, like a shameful result? But I actually don't really understand how it's possible to score more when you have 3,000, because even to score 7.5 out of 11, I played maybe my score against stronger players, against players who had 3,100, 3,200. Probably my score was +2, because since round 3 I played against stronger opponents. Maybe there was one like weaker opponent on my way. So at least like at the very minimum, I think I scored +1 against the opponents of average 3,150 or maybe 3,200, I would say. Okay, if actually we keep in mind that Hikaru has 3,400, then yes, then for sure average of those opponents was 3,200, and I scored +1. Yes, like, which is like, okay, what do you want from like from 3,000 player? Hello, what has been your best finish? I don't remember which year, maybe like 2 years ago or something like that. I won some prize. I don't remember exactly, maybe 3rd or 4th place. While in like nowadays, these days, what I started from September, my best was probably 8.5. I'm not sure. And in one of the tournaments, I should have taken 5th place, but I lost last round to like Wang Liam. I was winning, and I lost because of time. What is this? Basic. What the fuck? This. If I play bishop f5, knight h4, then it will already be a repetition, so I cannot play bishop f5. So I don't know what what is my problem. I don't know why. Oh, I totally didn't see it. I thought he's like, yeah. So today I'm not really doing great in terms of like simply seeing moves. I didn't even see that he could take um, with the knight. Actually, do I have time? Like, if he takes here, knight f4, knight f8, knight e2 check, king 8. Okay, he didn't. Anyway, doesn't matter. If he takes on b7, rook b8, knight a5, rook b2, looks okay for me. Interesting. He wants to take on b7 anyway. Okay. But what if I play b6? What is his... Oh, maybe b6 he wants to play knight takes c6, bishop c6, b5. Whew. Ho, ho. It's a hard decision. b6, knight c6. And if I play rook b8, there is b5. B5, okay, b5 is not a problem. I'm not sure about the rook. Like, I would prefer to keep the rook in case of playing on the a file, but of course, like, it would have been better to play rook a b8. And like, I'm not sure if I can play b6 at some, if I will have a chance to play b6. Actually, like, maybe rook a b8 was better. Okay, now it's totally fine for me, unless he has some tricks once again. I have this or bishop c7. Which one? Bishop c3 or bishop c7? Yeah, now you see that my rooks are badly placed. Not a perfect setup for the rooks. Just playing very like in a stupid way. Like should have taken on d4, having no problems at all. Making some stupid moves, some stupid decisions. Why not bishop d3? Ah, actually, it wouldn't give me anyway anything. Like I don't know, playing like like what? Today is like probably not a great day. It doesn't make sense to look at the game like it's just like I could have oh again Blue Baum. Okay, I beat him last Tuesday. Let's beat him once again. A very complex position. Bishop on b5 is annoying. Yes, it controls the f1 square, so I couldn't double the rooks on the f file. So I will have to think about, okay, looks like it's not a terrible idea to give up that bishop, to exchange that bishop. But what next? The bishop g4, and the knight will go to e5. Yeah, that's a good idea. Looks like a good idea, but today I'm not sure about anything. Any of my ideas. I'm not sure about them today. Yeah, unfortunately, when I play knight f3, bishop f6 will control the e5 square. Maybe it was better even play bishop. Oh, okay, this move I'm happy with. Now he cannot play, like, I would play knight f3, but I thought like rook b5 might be an issue, so now he cannot play rook b5 because of bishop e6, or rook b5, bishop e6, like this or that order. To me, it felt that the bishop was well placed on b5, controlling some squares in my camp. Okay, but what next? How about c6? He can simply take it. Doesn't achieve much. How about rook b7? Might be not a terrible move. I could also play queen c2 first, kind of saying that maybe I'm threatening c6. Okay, he said that he doesn't care. Let's play h4, like might be useful in terms of face on h5. Maybe by the way, h5 is not a terrible idea by me. But I'm still looking at c6, but bishop c8, and what would I achieve? Feels like nothing. Or maybe like it was better to play. Okay, how about rook b3? Rook b3, his queen is okay, it works. Does it? Rook b3, bishop a4, rook b8, bishop c2, rook d8, bishop d8, bishop takes e6, c6. Knight e5, bishop b1, knight c6, bishop a2, knight d8, bishop somewhere, c6, a2, c7. I blunder bishop b3. Yeah, this is like when you calculate a long line, you need to look for something in the very beginning of that line. Shit. I thought I was the one who was trapping him, but actually it was him who trapping me. Now bishop e6, there is bishop b3. And defending the d5 pawn at the same time. I could play knight e1. Okay, I can hold this. I can hold it. If bishop b1, I'm gonna play bishop. Bishop. Actually, oh, stupid me! Stupid me! I could have taken bishop b3 and then playing knight e1. Idiot. Can I still take it? Now it looks very risky to take because there is c6. Oh, stupid me. Just play, take on e6, bishop b3, knight e1, bishop a2, knight c2. Idiot. Now I cannot play bishop d1. Actually, I have an idea. Like, okay, not a great idea, but okay, we have what we have. King f2, bishop e1, king e1, bishop a2 would be lost for me probably. So like at least this is what I got. And I spent too much time on that calculation, unfortunately. Maybe my position, probably my position is not lost, but I have no time left to play this position. Maybe it's even winning for white. Why not? Like e4, e5. Maybe he's simply gonna repeat the moves after bishop c3, bishop e1. I made it automatically. I expected him to play another move. Yeah, now after king g4 I'm lost. Oh. Why not d7? Holy crap. This game is sad because I played well, like more or less, I think. And here it just like, okay, go for that, take on e6. He would play c6 anyway, yeah? But here c6, and it would be that position anyway. But here, like, I had 2 minutes and it took me too much time to find this idea, which is totally... king f2, I had time? Oh, king... Oh! It would be something like that anyway. And here we go, bishop b1, bishop d5, so a better version for me without a pawns. But even with a pawns, I think, like, I don't know why the engine shows -2. Like, I think the pawns are pretty, like, yeah, here I wouldn't play e5. I would do something else. But yeah, even in the game, I had several moments to make draw. Like here, for example, d7, d7. That's it. Yeah, why not bishop g4? I wanted to play bishop g4. Let's play also like white plays in a bit stupid way. I'm not so sure if I play knight d7, maybe knight d5 is common. That looks pretty dangerous for me. But maybe I'm simply not gonna take it. Okay, no. But now we have some counterattack coming. Finally, our pieces are coming. Bishop a3 is a simple threat. So maybe white should play bishop d2. Okay, he didn't, but now, okay, rook h3, now I can take on g5. However, maybe taking on g5 was not a good idea. Like now I cannot castle. That was my plan. I mean, I wanted to castle. Okay, let's play a rook c8. I'm still hoping that knight e5 is not a big deal. Knight e5, e5, e6, I have knight f6. If e7, I would take it. If ef7, I would take it. But I'm a little bit like praying that it doesn't work. Because if it doesn't work, then white's position is like I mean, like maybe sometimes I'm actually not so good at the positions that are about like king safety. When my king in the center, I'm kind of calm about that. Say hello. Like, no, no, here. Hello. Can I keep the party going on? And e6, there is queen. Oh shit, there is no queen b6. Honestly saying, I thought that like I would play, if e6, I would play queen b6, rook b3, and queen e6, but there is rook e3. Otherwise, I wouldn't go for this line because it looks very dangerous. But maybe after e6, I still have knight c5. And the funny thing that he has a lot of pieces, but my king has almost no defenders. But I don't see a check. Like rook b3 is a harmless move, just obviously wrong. Now it is an easy win for black, and I can even castle short. He goes for e6, but it is too late. I mean, I can take with my knight, I can castle. Which one is better? I can take first. And then next move I'm gonna castle, and his king is worse than mine. Maybe queen c3 check first, but I don't see reason to do that. Rook b8 is one of the ideas. Obviously my king is safer. Okay, maybe it made sense to start with queen c3 check, because yeah, you're like, okay, what if I play knight c5, for example? Oh, like something like bishop h6, some ideas, some trick ideas, something not to blunder. Okay, then, oh, the pawn is hanging. Let's play queen c5 first. And I'm a pawn up, so endgames like maybe okay for me, maybe not really, but could be something to discuss. Yes, something that could be acceptable. I blunder rook b6. Didn't see even that. Okay. Yeah, it was completely winning for me. Now it's not like that anymore. I mean, like it still should be probably winning, but I have 36 seconds. Also not something great for me. Okay, finally, this is the end. I win the exchange, and that's enough. Oh, I can see once again. I just had 36 seconds, but now it shows me 32. So, like, once again, some time stealing. Probably. I will not be surprised to lose on time. Okay, he resigned. Bad game, once again, one more bad game. Yeah, here bishop g4, and then taking on f3 or doing something else, but not bishop f5. Knight e5, 95, d5, knight d7. So it doesn't really work. H5 actually the best move. Knight b6, yeah, so we're protecting here. I thought knight d5 might work, but not so obvious. Yes, not so obvious. Even here, not so obvious, because what if, for example, queen b6? What, I blunder some checkmate or what? Queen b6, probably rook b3, queen c6, rook takes b7. Whew. But like, you know, it's hard to believe that queen e7 now I allowed. Okay, this rook b7. Yeah, so we might believe that knight d5 works, but it's like there is some job to do to to make it work. Yeah, then was completely winning. Okay, last round before the break. C5 is a risky move to play it right away. Now the question if black will be in time to castle. And maybe he will, like if he doesn't do something stupid, like for example queen b6. He should probably play bishop d6, allowing me take here, take there, rook c1. However, maybe I think even I had a game like this, and maybe I put it in. I think I put it in one of my courses. Like I don't remember the first one or the second. A6 against knight b5. Okay, understandable. What if I start with rook c1? Because obviously I don't want to take on c5, helping him to develop his bishop. I would like to postpone that capture. On knight d7, okay, makes sense. How do I get there? How do I kick his ass? Yeah, somehow I didn't get anything. Maybe my last chance, knight a4, knight b6. Oh, he's actually a Grandmaster, yeah? Okay. Like, hoping for that stupid trick. I didn't even see that I could have played knight a4 and after rook c1, bishop c1. I don't say it's good, but like it's something interesting, but maybe not good. I just realized it now when I was looking at bishop f2. Oh, bishop b4. The boy wants to gamble. And knight b6, rook c1, knight d7, rook d1, knight f6, gf, rook d1. Doesn't work. Why didn't I start with rook c8? Oh, stupid me. Like at least forcing him to take with the queen, then playing like maybe queen b3, the same stuff. Just like, you know, playing very badly today. Playing very badly today. Like totally like some miss every game, something like some stupidities. Just every game some stupidities. Let's try to save another bad position. I wouldn't say that this position is terrible, but obviously black is better, black is a pawn up. But I think it's possible to hold, like hoping for on my bishop here, hoping for some tricks, maybe even why not to win this position. E5 looks reasonable. What can I say? But any reasonable move has drawbacks. Now if he takes on g2, I have intermediate bishop f6. And now it's becoming interesting. Unfortunately, my position is not good enough to play for a win. But if you want to play for a win, why don't you play for a win, even if it's not so interesting, but it's close to be interesting. Unfortunately, I cannot make a magic move, rook g4. He can play queen c6, takes, rook a5, rook c2, leads to a draw. I cannot even play queen a8. Shit, what a lucky guy. Yeah, I'm sure that I already had no problems, but then at some point I made something stupid once again. If queen b3, I thought about this move at some point. Rook c1 is a decent move, knight d7, and e4. e4 is the move to open up the position. And knight g5. But not knight d5, wasting my time, just simply wasting my time for nothing. Oh, knight a2. Like, don't see anything today. But knight a2 is still like, yeah, bishop c5, queen b7, queen a2, oh, bishop d6. Nice, nice. Knight b4, yeah, before, like, he cannot take with the queen, and here, like, and this I could have survived. Yeah, this one unnecessary. Like, okay, like, what can I say? What can I do? Like, complete blindness today. Yeah, playing just like playing terribly. Still have 6 out of 8. I have no idea how I got there, but like playing like a loser. Playing like a complete loser today. Okay, there is one more break after round 8. Four minutes till the next round. No, actually, I know the reason why I'm like doing, like, let's say, badly today, because I got back to some physical training and like maybe overdoing that one. But I hope on the distance it will be useful, and it will help me. Okay, 4-minute break. So far, feels to me like one of my worst title Tuesday. Like this is in the title you can see number 12. Yeah, so which means I didn't stream the previous one. So I have played, like, since September I have played 13 title Tuesdays. And like, maybe okay, maybe I don't remember the first ones that I played in September, but so far this one feels to me like one of the, like, maybe if not the worst one, then close to that. I lost both games to players who were higher rated than me, and I won lower rated players, being very lucky in several games. And this is, sometimes funny that victory doesn't smell. Yeah, like, like an expression that money doesn't smell, and victory doesn't smell. Like in my, let's say, in my best title Tuesdays, I had like maybe 7 out of 9. Here I have 6 out of 8, playing terribly, and if I win one more game, then I would have my best 7 out of 9. Of course, there are like two more. There will be 2 more rounds, but I mean, out of 9 rounds, my best was, I think, 7 out of 9, and then I used to lose like at least one of the last games, but maybe both of them. It would actually, like, I'm just like half a point away from sixth place, yes, and 1 point away from the first place. So, like, it would be really nice, like, playing so badly and taking like fifth place or 10th place. 'And probably I'm gonna play against somebody strong now, so let's see. Also, I'm gonna play black on a white, or against Jeff Rickson, that annoying guy. I lost to him in 2 last Tuesdays. Let's play e4. I'm sick of the guy. Take on a4, and we're done for today. No, he's not a friendly person. So that's why my point against him, like, stay solid, stay strong, and praying to survive. Because like 2 times I was like playing over pushing, not even over pushing. It's not like I had a great position, but just I was playing like, okay, I'm gonna beat you. Actually, I was on my good winning strike. Like, I had 7 out of 9. I think seven. I cannot. You see, even like my tongue is shaken. 94 doesn't work, knight b4 doesn't work, so let's go for h4, kingside play. Gonna probably play 97. Probably I played, yeah, like I think I played h5 too early. Should have started with queen d2 maybe, but okay. Okay, the game goes on. Oh, knight e7, maybe I would play bishop b4. f6, okay, I don't mind. I don't mind again. Like this move looks okay for me. But also maybe it looks okay for him. Interesting. Usually moves like these are not good, but here in this particular position looks like it's totally fine for him to play such a move, unfortunately for me. Unfortunately for me. And I'm afraid my h5 pawn could be could get lost at some point. And that point could be like could come very, very soon. However, I beat him. Like I have beaten him several times in Title Tuesday, so I don't know what's going on. Like why he's so not like he's so lucky, but like okay, he plays some like decent chess, I would say, yes, to beat me. You know, I'm not an easy guy to beat, or at least I want to believe in this. So that's why I would consider draw as a good result, as something, you know, to break the unlucky to break the unlucky streak. But draw is something to do. It's not like bam and ready. And actually, the funny thing is that sometimes playing for draw, it's like it sounds wrong. I mean, playing for draw sounds wrong. It's not exactly. It is not exactly what I mean. It's not exactly what I mean when saying playing for draw, because it has some negative, you know, like now a rook h4. Like I wanted to play g3, but rook f3 feels annoying. Yeah, rook h4 could be very like dangerous for me. Okay, he played g4. If I play this, he's gonna play king f7, I guess. And he's ready to go after my pawn. Like you see, he's not a friendly guy. Not friendly guy at all, I would say. This Jeffrey Song. I have some bishop a5 idea, maybe bringing my rook to c file. Like maybe it's stupid, maybe not, maybe could work. Let's try. Also, I have bishop b4 if necessary. So let's try rook. Which rook goes there? c2 or c3? Rook d4 there is, okay, not important what there is. I have this idea. If queen d7 for example might be very bad for him. Queen d8 might be probably better, but still I have the same idea. So now it's becoming interesting for me, yes, like the pieces start to play. Also I have this very interesting idea, bishop d6, bishop e5. Rook e4 is a small issue, however. Do I start with Rook c8. Yes, I think I start with rook c8. Actually, king h. Yeah, I thought king h7, rook c7, and queen b1 would be a checkmate, but unfortunately, he still has rook f5 or something like that. Okay, which rook goes to c7? That's the question. Oh, if f3 there is queen b2. What a tricky boy. Shit. Huh. Huh. He's rook only for his pin, so I simply plan rook f7, rook g7. I'm winning. I believe I'm winning here. Idiot. But okay, still, everything is okay. Everything is okay. Um, he's almost in a checkmate. His king is very bad. Time. I think once again I had the same issue. Like the time was leaking. Like probably like maybe okay, maybe not really, but yeah, like totally winning position. That trick king h8 was lucky. King h8. I should have played like okay. Like actually I was winning. Okay, so I outplayed him, but bad. Yeah, like what, I don't know what. No, the point is that when I was playing previous time without streaming, I was in time like almost all the time. The only game I was not in time to checkmate Duba, but there, even there, like with 5 seconds on my clock, I was able to make, you know, like maybe 30 moves, something like that. So to me, it feels that when streaming, it's different. It's like it doesn't work the same way. Or it depends like on the day. I don't know like what with their proctor. Um, but you know, with 3 seconds on my clock, I could have. And also even like the last move, even rook b3 I made, or knight h7, I didn't see this move totally. Hey. This is a funny move, but yeah, maybe not like a reasonable move. Yeah, like even like the fact that I made move, I pre-move rook b3, but it didn't work. Yes, I they didn't give me a chance to make it. It's already like something wrong. And this is especially sad. So like I didn't break that losing streak. Like I lost to him in the last, in the previous, and in today's Tuesday. And today simply outplaying him. Yes, from even like maybe like my position was not even worse. Um, ouch. C4 somehow I underestimated this move. Maybe I didn't even see this move, I would say. Can I play something like bishop d4? No. Knight c3 might be interesting. But it leads to like maybe draw. But let's have some fun. No, just like I don't know, very disappointing. Okay, looks like knight c3 was not a great idea. Ouch. Actually, I have knight a4 in the worst case, actually. What about knight a2, king b1? I have rook h7, queen takes e1, king takes a2, but then my bishop on g7 a bit loose. But it is definitely an option. It is an option. Knight a2, king b1, rook h7, queen takes, king a2. Like maybe bishop f8. But bishop f8, there is queen f3. Looks risky, looks vulnerable. Maybe expecting him rook e2 here and if rook a2, there is no more rook h7. Stupid. Stupid. But actually, if he plays rook e2, he cannot play knight f6 anymore. So for example, rook e2, I would play b5. Probably. Oh, He has rook takes e6. Holy shit. That's not fair. I told you this move. You can't make it. It's a move by a hand. But okay, what if I take queen g6, king d7? Ah, he takes on g7 right away. I have no time. Oh shit. King c8, queen h8, king c7, queen e5. Holy crap. What can I say? It's actually not so easy for him to defend the b2 pawn. Unfortunately, rook e2 he has as an option to defend it. Yeah, rook e2 is a simple move. Like maybe it was even the only move. Okay, let's like now b5 now. Okay, what to do? Maybe king b8, like king b8, king maybe king b8, king a7 was reasonable. Okay, maybe eventually I will flag him like Song did against me. Oh, so confident. Wow. Incredible. And I don't have any discovery. Interesting, insane. Oh, oh. Okay, next round, playing against Duda with black, like 7 out of 10, my standard number of points. Losing last round, 7, and having 7 out of 11. actually cannot castle alone because of the f7 pawn. Okay, let's stop him from castling short. Okay, he's going for castling long then. Probably that's the point. Probably it was not the point. Yeah, stupid bishop. Stupid bishop. Oh, I don't like my position. Oh, I just realized h4 maybe was the way to solve my issues. Now if I take with the bishop, he's gonna play knight c2. Maybe h4, g4, knight h5, gh5, queen g5 was an option. Probably I should have taken on c3 at least. Because now it smells very, very bad. Like such a terrible position, honestly saying. Okay, knight c4 is actually something I'm happy about. It gives me some time. And I have some ideas how, like the pawn is hanging. Shit, stupid pawn. Why did I take? Why I didn't play knight d7 right away? Like doing some, stupid decisions today. And very disappointing decisions. Knight takes g4 doesn't work. Just like in a terrible position. Stupidly terrible position. When I'm gonna play f6, I will lose my h4 pawn at some point. He simply can go and grab it. He's wasting time. Like maybe he's not sure about something. Maybe he doesn't like something. But maybe it's not important because my position is bad anyway. Like queen f2 is a simple move. I'm not so sure about g5 if he needed that at all. Like he had a great position. Of course, it's more problematic for my king now, but at the same time, maybe I could hold somehow miraculously. Yeah, probably I'm not gonna hold like that. Will fall, and it will be the end. Unless I have a trick like this. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, yeah, this is the end. Yeah, so it was bad anyway. But let's look at the game against Song. Okay, maybe starting with this one. Knight b6 should have played. He could have taken. Rook e6. Yeah, this is just a bad game. Okay, so this is like, let's look at the only normal game I played today. Okay, maybe not the only, but like really my best game today. Rook e3 simply like I don't care about anything. It was not so obvious to me that it is safe enough. And bishop a5 and rook c2, finding everything. c7 is better, but you know, this one I think is better actually. Oh, queen b1 is not really necessary at all. Whatever. Rook a8 or rook a7, doubling the rooks on the 7th rank. That's a funny idea. Because he can never play rook f7 because of queen b1 check. But he made a mistake here. g3 up g3, queen b4, this. And simply play king h2 first, yes. I totally missed that. But so I have 28 seconds here. Like why I wasted 8 seconds on g4. Yeah, here I finally saw this idea, and with 3 seconds I think I would have held. Like maybe that one that pre-move took some time from me. So I even like according to the engine, like if you remember my screen, I was able to take on h6. I even play rook b6 and I pre-move rook b3. So it's something very stupid. Maybe, I don't know, it's like some hallucinations or what. Let's check, like maybe. I watched the moment. It's like really some bullshit, because even on like in my recording it's clear that I have played rook h6, I have played rook b6. I mean, I have also entered um no, obviously there is some time problem again, because what happened, like what you can see here in the game, rook e5, rook e6, and I'm lost. Even like it gave me moves like rook h6, rook b6 were on the board, and only like he didn't give me to make rook b3, even though I was in time to make those moves, according to what I saw on video. Stupid. I would have my 7 out of 9, and then it would have been a different story. And so this is like a good strategy, actually. You remember what I was telling you when um, I this is what I meant when sometimes, like especially like if you play against uncomfortable opponent, yeah, just sometimes it makes sense to like to play safer, and this is what I did in this game. And if you don't know what was my intention, you might say that I was actually playing for a win, and I wouldn't say like that I was exactly playing for a win, but I was just making some solid moves and like played more or less fast, and my position was solid. And eventually, like I found this bishop a5, rook maneuver, and like like you see, this is not a cheap way to win a game, but this is sometimes like when you over push, it works badly against you. Yeah, actually, I know why they lagging today, because today it was once again an update for Proctor. Whenever they like there are some updates for Proctor, it's always lagging. Yeah, this is what I should have kept in mind for today. But anyway, I played terribly today, except this game. This game I like. This was a good game, like outplaying, like beating him in 1e4, which I don't really play, like, and simply beating him like a kid. He's actually a kid. Okay, thank you guys for watching. um yeah, like I would call it terrible Tuesday, not title Tuesday but terrible Tuesday. um I'm not gonna stream next Tuesday, like the next time I'm gonna stream title Tuesday maybe it will be January, maybe, but I'm not sure if it makes sense to stream them, because uh, you know, since the tournaments are more or less not important, but like strong field, like streaming is not like really a great idea. So maybe better just to stream something like Interactive Rapid or like whatever else, where I can play against somebody and just like not like there is nothing to play for. That's it for today, and like maybe see you. I'm not sure. Like maybe Saturday. We'll see.